I don't like that we're addressing it now. Well, better late than never.
Yeah.
But admissions, authenticity, verification, validation, it's not something we should be discussing now, because considering where Nigeria is, I just feel we should have gone past this problem. But another thing to consider is private universities. A lot of times you hear commercials where a private university is saying, even if you don't meet the JAM cutoff mark, you can come and we'll give you admission. Sometimes they have a way that they bend what we see as the rules. And we have a lot of people send their kids to these schools. So how would that also impact on this policy and solving this problem?
Well, you are right, noting that it appears we are late on this, and it appears that if this committee didn't make this recommendation, nothing would have happened. So it's good that it came up now. But then it should be something that should be technology-based. And from the point of admission, every student should be documented. In Uniport, I'm using it as an example.
Okay.
We do certificate verification almost at 300 level.
Oh.
When students are in 300 level or in 400 level, when they are almost about to go, that is when we do certificate verification. And you still see within this period some students running helter-skelter, looking for documents, looking for making effort to correct either their name or their age and all that.
That's not good.
That is not good at all.
That's not good.
It's something that should have been done before even formally matriculating the students. Because matriculation means that you are authentic.
Yeah.
When students are still hanging, not too sure of the entry certificate they should have, it becomes a problem. People being asked to withdraw or look for their YS certificate when they're already in the 400 level. So it's a serious problem. If a proper database technology system is installed from the beginning, then the students, and of course such maybe NUC should host the database. Every university now feeds into that. Then the NUC will have a strong basis to make plan, to project, or even for universities to plan infrastructure, plan the spaces they have and all that.
I agree.
Yeah,
and that data will be used beyond even admissions. There will be other reasons why that would be relevant.
Of course, yes.
All right. Well, JAM says it has threatened, actually, in line with the directive by the federal government, it has threatened to sanction higher institutions that fail to submit list of students admitted immediately after matriculation. JAM's public communications advisor, Fabian Benjamin, in a memo said the initiative is one of the recommendations made by the committee set up by the federal government to combat fake degree racketeering in the country. He said institutions are to regularly submit their matriculation lists to the Federal Ministry of Education not later than 3 months after matriculation ceremonies. Well, moving from admissions to politics, the PDP calls for Goodluck Jonathan to return as president of Nigeria in 2027. Recent rumors suggest discontent among northern elite and politicians with President Tinubu's administration, leading to a desire for a change in government. But beyond rumor, there's some confirmation, because the Bauchi State Governor, Bala Mohammed, expressed support for Mr. Jonathan, pledging to drop his own presidential ambition if Jonathan decides to run in 2027. He spoke at the Save Africa Initiative event in Abuja. Dr. Wordu, is a Goodluck Jonathan presidency a good or bad idea?
Well, it is not something we can call a choice. It is
okay.
Let's just put it as it's one of the gimmicks in politics.
Gimmicks?
Yes.
Okay.
It's
How so?
One of the gimmicks in politics. But it is a sign that is coming up now. We begin to take it serious. But there are fundamental questions to ask. Is Jonathan qualified to run another term?
Okay.
Is he also willing to do that?
Yeah.
the people who are promoting him, for example, the Bala you have mentioned, is he also judging himself that he's incompetent? Are there no other persons? But if there are none, the party is wise. But the other question to ask, which faction of the party is flying this car?
At the national level, is PDP factionalized?
National level,
yeah,
is PDP factionalized?
Because we see factions at state level. I don't know of any factions at PDP national. The thing is, like you said, because that was going to be my follow-up question, how does this make the party look? Will PDP be considered a weak party for failing to produce a candidate that is as good as Goodluck or even better? Or would they be seen as a strong party for having Goodluck Jonathan as an option? So how does this make, if we're talking about the image, how does it make the PDP look? If they are to go through with this, to say, oh, they want Jonathan back, does it make them look good or bad?
It doesn't strengthen them in any way. It doesn't make the party to be a party that has capable hands.
Okay.
It's like, oh, amongst us, there's nobody capable, so let us look for somebody who has some experience. And constitutionally and in terms of party internal arrangements, how does that favor Jonathan? Why is Jonathan the option? They assume the party has this same problem of zoning. Is the zoning formula in favor of Niger Delta and all that?
Okay.
So you see, party is a very important organization, and the management of political parties is very deficient in Nigeria, and that's why you find those internal crises, those factions, and so on. It doesn't make the party strong, but if that is what they will fly in order to win election, political parties are formed mainly to win election and form governments. It's more like the U.S. election. Trump.
I was actually going to say that.
So
Trump is making a return.
So Trump is making a return. Does the Constitution of Nigeria allow Jonathan to make a return? If it does, then all well and good. He should try it.
No, it does, Doctor, because Jonathan served for 6 years.
Yeah.
2 of those years, he was completing Yar'Adua's
tenure.
Yeah, and the other one was when he won an election.
Yeah.
So he's entitled to a second term.
Yeah.
If he wins, he still has 4 years. So if we're going by that, just like the US, whose politics we mirror, Trump lost elections to Biden after serving for 1 term, and he's coming back. Now, does it make the Republicans look good or bad? I don't know how to answer it, but honestly, Trump is a candidate that you can't ignore, regardless of your sentiment towards him, whether you like him or you don't like him. He's really up in your face and all of that. And maybe the party is looking at, okay, we need someone like this who can fight at this level. For a Goodluck Jonathan, if we're looking at image and perception, he was seen as this calm, peaceful. His disposition was not confrontational. And thanks to how he conceded victory, called Buhari and all of that, people now see him as a champion of democracy. So if the PDP is saying, oh, let's bring this man who already has this good reputation on the international scale and even in Nigeria to come back and represent us, it might not be a difficult idea to swallow.
You see, another point is how, because you have to market a candidate and market the party. Like the rod in your hand is the strength you have.
True.
If Jonathan, with all the pedigrees we are talking about, with all his personal qualities and what he did in government, and now there has to be this other dimension of comparison. If you compare Jonathan's administration, this administration, Jonathan's personality of the president, and vis-a-vis the crisis in the country now, who do you market within PDP that can equally, demarket APC? So the salesman principle comes into display now. if PDP can market Jonathan well, not to call him out now and later they begin to do their intrigues and backhand politicking, but as per credibility, if the constitution allows him, for most people he did well, and if he did well compared to Buhari's administration and this one, in fact the APC is demarketing themselves, and that's why these people should of course, if they have decided, let it be a very strong decision coming from a united party, not a factionalized party.
Okay.
Jonathan can try it.
Well, we would like to hear from you. The numbers to call are 0817-923-0002. It's the front page. We've talked about the federal government directing tertiary institutions to submit matric list. We also talked about the possibility of a Goodluck Jonathan return. The PDP is proposing this and supporting calls. Yes, it's still at the phase of talks. But I remember heading into the 2023 election, there were also talks about, Jonathan. I think at the time they said the APC was going to adopt him as their candidate. Yeah, so, the Goodluck Jonathan story keeps coming back. But what do you make of this? Call us and tell us. Hello, good morning.
The very distinguished Oracle Chinedu.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Happy weekend.
I wish you the same. What's your name?
Permit me to salute your guest in the studio. Good morning, sir.
Thank you.
I remain the very distinguished Temple Okere.
All right, Temple, go ahead.
The very distinguished son. In my honest opinion, and with immediate alacrity,
okay,
I want to appeal to our former president, Goodluck Jonathan, a man who has earned good name for himself, not to listen to that call.
Okay.
You shouldn't listen to that call. See, listening to that call will be so just like modeling his good name, the good reputation he has gotten for himself. Jonathan never got the name he got not because he performed very well, but I want to put it to him that he got the name, the good name, international recognition and what have you, because he accepted the outcome of 2015 election. The way he congratulated the president-elect, then the former president Muhammad Buhari, and the way he accepted the outcome of the election, not that he performed well, not that he was good to the Niger Delta, not that he was good to the South. The very distinguished Oracle Chinedu, Jonathan coming for just 4 years' time cannot, I repeat, solve the problem, the collateral loss caused by this APC federal government. The damage is caused. Jonathan cannot fix it in just one tenure, just 4 years. He cannot do it. Sir,
okay.
Remember where you are.
So Temple,
I believe you are
Temple.
Don't come close, please.
Hello,
Please,
Temple. Can you hear me?
Please, don't come close. Thank you so much.
Temple,
sir.
wait, hold
Please,
on. Temple, hello. My goodness. Temple.
Yes, so
Yes, hold on. So I have a simple question for you. How long do you think is enough to fix the problem you've just stated? Minimum. How long are we talking?
Minimum.
Yes.
Let's assume we'll have a president that will have the interest of Nigeria.
Yes. How long?
To be honest, 4 years, no go there enough.
So how long now?
Is it in the revamp of the Naira? Which one?
How long, Temple? How many years are we looking at by your assessment?
I'm not even talking of how many years, but President Goodluck Jonathan cannot solve it.
Okay,
thank you.
Doctor, what did that say? That was quite spirited there.
Temple is reacting emotionally.
Yeah, he is. He is.
Well, we give it to him, but then the exigency determines what will be the strength of the candidate we put in.
All right, we have a break coming up now. After that, I get to talk to you. Please stay with us.
Nigeria Info. Right back.
Nigeria Info. I'm Sam Okocha, and my guest, Dr. Steve Wordu, a sociologist and public affairs analyst, is still right here with me. You're welcome once again, Doctor.
Thank you.
All right, we've talked about the federal government directing tertiary institutions to submit matric lists. We have talked about the PDP calling for Goodluck Jonathan presidency. Very quickly, let's go to the next headlines as I take your calls. The federal government has increased the fees for the procurement of Nigerian passports with effect from 1st of September 2024, which is basically next week. A statement by in 2 weeks actually. A statement by the spokesman of the Nigerian Immigration Service, Kenneth Udo. It says the increment is part of government's effort to maintain the quality and integrity of the Nigerian standard passport. It said that based on the review, a 32-page passport booklet with a 5-year validity, previously charged at 32,000 naira, will now be 50,000 naira only, while 64-page passport booklet with 10-year validity, which was 70,000 naira, will now be 100,000 naira. The statement further adds that the fees remain unchanged for Nigerians in the diaspora. Doc, your take?
Well, I think that's Ministry of Internal Affairs.
Yeah.
Every ministry and their agencies are now expected to generate money. That's part of the administration, the mandate of the administration. And so for me, if it's going to help in improving the quality of the print, papers are expensive, and I guess that document is printed outside the country. Then...
Which is a shame, really.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's printed outside the country. It's part of the problem we have in the country, not developing to the point that we can, bear some costs internally. Then it should also be part of discouraging the unnecessary Japa syndrome, because a lot of people are just going out sick, and you're going out to make money, you're going out to spend money or whatever. Some money should also be returned to the country as revenue. So the ministry and the agency are supposed to also generate some revenue for the ministry. So I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Just that because things are expensive in the country, there's cash trap. Yeah. People may find it difficult to pay, but then it is what, based on the directive, based on the explanation, I think we should be able to make effort to bear that one, because it has happened. Yeah,
so like you said, I completely agree with it. I was having a conversation with colleagues of mine, I think yesterday or the day before, we're talking about this, and I said, if the quality is going to improve, and not just quality of the passport itself as regards the paper and the print, but processing time. Yeah. Because that's one of the many problems people who get passports. I remember how long I had to wait. How long I had to wait to get mine. So if I know that I'm paying 50,000 for 32-page 5-year validity or 100 for 64-page, and I know that I will get it as quickly as possible, it will be delivered, people might not mind paying that much.
Yeah, and again, it will help to cut off
the middleman
thing that in fact nobody, even at 30-something thousand, nobody paid for 30,000. We have to pay all that. Even when you are renewing, there are still ways of having middlemen operating in the system. So let that be cut off. Let 50,000 be 50,000, and that's
all right.
Okay.
Well, let's hope the ministry can do something about it. Now, back to you. I'd like to hear from you. 0817-923-0002. The directive to forward matric numbers, the call for a Goodluck Jonathan presidency, and the increase in the fees for Nigerian passport. Call us and tell us. Please turn off your radio as you call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Sam.
Good morning. What's your name?
Yeah, my name is Comrade Clinton. I'm calling from Bori.
Go ahead, Clinton.
Yeah, when some callers call on radio and they consistently bash Mr. President, knowing fully well that 4 years is not enough to solve the problem, it's like hypocrisy. Now, going forward, Goodluck Jonathan has a very good name. This was the same way APC was trying to lure him into running for presidency, and he found a way not to contest. So I want to urge him also to maintain that his good name, 4 years will not be enough for him to solve the problems we have in this country. Going forward, the university submitting names as into to the federal government is a very good one. The problem we have in this country is that we don't have a database, like you've said before. If we have a database, the federal government will have a stat of how many students we have in university and how many students are graduating from university. This will also help them to provide jobs for the graduates, because we have graduates that don't have jobs. So I think that these issues should be addressed. I'll say as a private university, they should do this thing and provide a database for the government to operate by. Thank you very much.
Hold on, Clinton. Hold on. Hello, can you hear me?
I'm with you.
Now, if we all agree that the former president has a good name, as everyone says, why will accepting the call to serve the nation again ruin his reputation? How's that going to spoil his name?
The good name I am talking about here is that he accepted defeat without causing any problem. We know some people will not leave the office. They will still go to court and still use their influence to affect the judgment. But he did that, accepted defeat, preventing bloodshed.
Okay.
Again, if you know when Goodluck was in power, there are also complaints from Nigerians. Nigerians still complain that he was not doing this well, he was not doing that well. When Buhari came in, Nigerians still complain. People is in power now. People are still complaining. Nigerians will still complain if he comes back. So, my brother, just maintain where you did.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, Clinton. The thing is, Nigerians have complained through every administration.
Yeah.
People across the world. I don't know anybody who's loved by all. But Dr. Wordu, I'm glad people are saying this.
Yeah.
Is it a good thing that this reputation Goodluck has, this supposed reputation, is because he considered defeat and not by the assessment of his 4 years, which should be a bigger reason why a person has a good name?
Yeah, you see, part of the problem we have in this country is not being able to have indices for measuring
Yes.
Whatever rank or whatever rating we are given. That he handed over, that he considered power.
Which he was supposed to do because he lost an election.
But also we know that the grandstanding has been part of it. But he did it 2+1. Then you look at other indices. For instance, security management in the country, which is very, very important. You look at of course, I know that when it comes to corruption, all we are corrupt. There's nobody that has been exempted from corruption so far.
Dr. Wordu, some people will argue.
Yeah, let's argue. Let us argue it with facts. There is no person that has occupied that seat that can be free of corruption. Nobody.
Okay.
Well, we can debate it, but then peacefulness. There are indices for measuring state performance. A peacefulness index is there. We can say, well, during his regime, political stability index measure
was relative.
Was fine. And the insecurity index. Then if you come to governance and election index, fine, he scored very, very high. So when you aggregate all these indices together, we can say that Jonathan has a good reputation. Personal conduct is also part of it. Fitness, health and fitness. You remember that?
Really, we're bringing that in now?
Yeah, we should. Anybody talking about the presidency of this country again should be talking about the health of the president.
Okay.
We suffered a lot from the deficit in the health of Buhari.
Yeah.
And I can say, even though without evidence, that our president may not be too strong to withstand the pressure of Nigeria.
Okay.
But the other matter of can Jonathan come back? We need to stress that question. Can he come back? Does the Constitution allow it? If it does, he should come back and see if he can. We need to. This country has reached a point where we need to rescue.
Now you sound like you're campaigning for him.
No, I'm not campaigning for him.
Almost like it's almost like you're saying, just come, accept it and come. It's all good.
It's all good.
All right. We'll take some calls. I have messages on WhatsApp, and we're live on Facebook and Twitter, I believe. So I'll take your messages on those platforms as well. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. What's your name?
Mr. Dawari.
All right. Go ahead, sir.
I want to ask your guest in the studio a question.
Okay.
Yes.
What I want to ask is that Chizoke is a leader of youth, River Youth Movement. Now, there are 120 youth in River State that have a police arrest and everything. Those people, what has he done about them to the governor? Because we have not said anything about them.
Sorry, hold on. Hello. Hello, can you hear me? Hello. Hello.
What we ask for this.
So I'm going to say hello one more time. If you do not respond, I will end this call. Hello.
What has he done for them?
Okay, he's not in position to do anything. I doubt that you know who my guest is, because that's what I was going to ask, if we're on the same page. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Sam.
Good morning. What's your name?
This is Richard. I'm calling from Rinibo.
All right. Go ahead, Richard.
Please, I want to react to the call for Jonathan to run. I've been hearing, so I just let me contribute. I've been hearing people telling that he should, telling us that he should not run because it's 4 years. And I want to ask Sam, and also your guest, I agree to guest in the studio too. What is the big deal about these 4 years? That people cannot think that someone can do something in 4 years. You don't need to solve all the Nigerian problem. You need to not project the country in the right line, like in the right light, so that the person is meant to be continuity. So the person coming in, hopefully will get it right. We continue when you stop and do something just like that. You are making it's a baby step progress. If he can come in and project us to point us according to your colleague, the manager himself, Carl, point us in the right direction. The rest of you can come and just continue in that direction. That's what leadership is all about. So it doesn't matter if it is 1 year or 3 months. You can make a difference as a leader. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. I'm going over to WhatsApp, but I need just a simple and short answer from you, Dr. Wordu. Is 4 years enough to make a huge change?
A year is enough to make a huge change. It takes one policy to change things. It took it's not even the policy. It took one statement by the president.
One announcement.
One announcement by the president, and the fuel crisis came up.
Oh,
so
my goodness.
It doesn't take up to 1 year to fix fundamental things if the right leadership with the right policy is put in place. With people-oriented policy, once it is put in place, everything will gradually fall in. So it's not a matter of how many years. 4 years is enough to make a huge difference in this country.
While I agree, a lot of people say, and I kind of, with a bit of study, align with their position, it will take a lot to fix corruption in the country. Right? And a lot in terms of human resource, effort, and time.
It takes a lot of time, but it's like a seed. When you plant a right seed, when you formulate a right policy, a policy that is based on reality, a policy that is, we often use expression, pro-poor policy that favors the poor, policies that favors unity, policies that promote stability in the country, policies that fix those indices that we talk about, insecurity and so on. That policies that can create job policy. I'm sorry, like what we discussed earlier, corruption is the worst thing happening to this country. To fix it is a problem. To fix it, we don't know who can fix it, because like I said, nobody who has tasted that presidency did not tamper with the public money.
Okay. Well, over to Facebook where we're live. Ndukwe Carlo simply says, good morning. I'm watching from Aba. Thank you very much, Ndukwe. And let's see what's happening on WhatsApp. Otis from Port Harcourt says, even if every PDP stalwart agrees to a Jonathan presidency in 2027, Wike will not agree. He'll sabotage every effort because of his own ambition. the way he helped to scuttle Atiku's presidential ambition in 2023. Wike is the stumbling block to PDP's presidency. Simply Goodness says, those calling for the return of President Goodluck are hypocrites. Most of them were part of the people that conspired in 2015 to bring him down. I don't know which of the Jonathan they are talking about, because I overheard Mama P saying she does not wish to make a missionary return to Aso Rock, and considering her impact back then, I don't see this call seeing the light of day. However, it will be unfortunate if Goodluck accepts this call. It won't still make a difference, because President Tinubu is completing his 8 years, whether anybody likes it or not. No, please, if people don't like it, I'm hoping that their voices can be heard through the ballot. For the discrepancies in our universities as regards certificates, most universities accommodate more than their capacity, and as such, we have so many ghost students on campus. Therefore, the move by JAM will go a long way in putting the record straight. Simply Goodness from Malaka here. Thank you. You share the position of my guest on the university issue. Good morning, Simon. Guess Goodluck Jonathan should never come back, otherwise he would destroy his remaining stees. Don Dada from Okay, thank you very much. And Stephen says maybe Goodluck is coming back to complete the school in the north. Islamic school, he says. Stephen, oh really? Debian says, if Jonathan was that credible, what stopped the PDP from giving him the party ticket in 2023 election? The Northerners know that he's the only Southerner that can serve for one term. It's not out of love. They want a president that will do their bidding while serving just one term, and they will return to power afterwards. Dabian. Okay. Araceli says, Sam, given the opportunity, I advise President Goodluck Jonathan to run for his dear life. It's a trap. Okay, Araceli, if you say so. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Sam.
Good morning. What's your name?
Morning. My name is Emeka from Ada George.
All right, Emeka, please go ahead.
They say when you have two devils, you go for the lesser devil.
Ha! Who said this thing? Who said?
Other than the APC. What did you say, Sam?
You say who? They say who said it?
Our people now.
Okay. Okay.
At this point, anything other than APC, Nigerians, I guess, will go for it. I remember when they came into power, or when they were campaigning for power, you hear them saying PDP has ruined the country for 16 years, this and that. PDP ruined the country for 16 years, but it took them barely 10 years to do worse than the PDP. I just hope Mr. Goodluck will consider the plea of his party members and just run. And secondly, for the JAM and certificate of criterion thing, this is very simple. Sometimes I feel these universities, they help these guys do these things. Speaking for myself, while I was in school, we didn't do our screenings offline, like carrying files up and down. No, the school has a portal. Okay, you go to the school portal, you scan every document you have, you screen, you have a portal ID, just a few digits and numbers combined. So doing your passing out or doing your graduation and stuff, before you get your certificate, that same portal ID is logged into the school portal to verify your other stuff and all. So racketeering, at least to a point, has been reduced. They keep carrying files up and down offices and all. It's a very big deal. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Hello, good morning. Good morning.
Ezekiel, calling from Wordu.
Right, Ezekiel, thank you for calling. Please go ahead.
I think I would advise our former president, Jonathan Goodluck, to maintain his political and leadership status quo. Because when he was in office, the people calling for his return now are the people that sabotaged him, betrayed him, and make him to look irrelevant in the leadership of Nigeria, if not of the God whom he served, that made him to use the initiative and accept the defeat, which leads to his automatic and superior accolade that he has. So instead of him to rob his name on the mud, he should relax and think of other things to do for his life. And for the matriculation exercise and other things involved in university institutions, I think the federal government should do more than they are talking, so that they will sensitize and sanitize the system of higher institutions in the country.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Ezekiel. Good morning.
Hello?
Good morning.
Morning. My name is Emeka Alizu.
Go ahead, Emeka.
Yes, calling from Elalimini.
Okay.
So, what I want to advise Jonathan that he should be wary of those people that is calling him to come and contest, because they are afraid of his giant achievement in the world. They want to call him and rubbish him. He should be careful. This present APC cannot allow him win. They will every mercenary to rig him out, and it will bring a national embarrassment and disgrace. So I want to also contribute to the PDP Governors Forum. PDP Governors Forum, this set of PDP Governors Forum has failed the party. I could remember when Bukola Saraki was chairman of PDP Governors Forum. I could remember when Saraki was the chairman of Governors Forum. They did not relate this nonsense that they are relating now. The present PDP, they are afraid. They are all interested in their own personal interest.
Okay.
They cannot stand and challenge the problem in the party.
All right.
Thank you, and God bless you.
Well, thank you very much. Well, that was not a part of our headlines on the front page, but it was in the news this morning and I believe yesterday. So I understand where your reaction stems from. Well, let's move from increasing of the fees for Nigeria passport to our refineries. A former process coordinator of Port Harcourt Refinery, Tony Walia, says there are indications that the Port Harcourt Refinery may become operational next month. Recall that the federal government had several times postponed the dates for the resumption of operation of the refinery. Speaking with correspondent Soibi Oruwari, Mr. Walia said it is disappointing that NNPCL has again failed to make public the real reason for the delay.
If they have one operational problem arising from what is they are doing in the plant, that could affect the timing. But for some of us who have worked there and who have left the system, I'm a little bit disturbed or embarrassed by the inconsistency. The NNPC and their management. Today is July, next month is this. Engineering matters as something that is can actually know where you are at every given point.
He said the refinery has started receiving crude, adding it is believed that the refinery is stockpiling the crude to avoid disruption when it becomes operational.
And having worked there, the process is very simple. I'm aware they have done cold circulation. I'm aware that they're about routing product to storage until they came down. But the latest I got from an insider, by this September, from what they said, they should be able to start giving out this product to the public, which means production will be going on quietly there. That's the system refinery. Before you start giving out product, you must have 1 or 2 or 3 tanks, have enough capacity so that you don't stop the circulation or the distribution of product. Another problem there is that before you start giving out product, you must have enough storage.
And the technical advisor to the Senate Committee of Oil and Gas and the Host Community, Emine, also spoke.
Port Harcourt Refinery was supposed to have an inaugural ceremony for the kickstarting of production at the Unit 5. But due to technical reasons, they just did a postponement, which in less than no time, they will have a new date that it will be given for the inauguration to take place so that they will start full production on the Unit 5, while they will move to Unit 4 for a formal EPC activities. EPC activities mean engineering, procurement, and construction on the Unit 5 has been completed. Each of the unit has engineering, procurement, and construction section.
Dr. Wordu, for the 1 million time, refinery coming soon. Do we wait in anticipation or doubt?
I don't know the authenticity of these sources, these people that have commented.
All right.
If we were like getting this information from the MD, from
Melekiari,
from even people who are there right now, we can begin to think whether their statement or their projection is to be accepted or not. We have bothered over this issue, even academically in the studies. The problem Nigeria has with respect to oil is called petrostate. Nigeria is a petrostate. A petrostate refers to states or countries that have oil and are not able to utilize it, to both internal consumption and also to utilize the wealth in developing the country. Okay. So Nigeria is trapped in that ugly situation of being a failed petrostate. We have failed. If we can't manage our refinery, if we could destroy all that we had before and still not able to give hope. Nigeria is importing crude. Nigeria is refining outside. The internal supply is not enough. Okay. The Dangote refinery, which tried to offer a hope, has somehow become frustrated. Okay. So we are a petrostate. Until something happens at the leadership level, we'll continue to suffer all this problem of crude and supply and refining.
After the break, we take your reactions. Please stay with us.
Nigeria.